Hello everyone. Today I will show you how to use Appium to test your iOS app. Appium is the automation for mobile apps. They support iOS, Android, and I think they have support for even Windows Phone. So before you begin this, you need to have Appium installed on your machine. So let's head over to appium.io. Click download Appium and then follow one of the get started or the documentation of how to install the requirements for your system. So if you want to test iOS, the requirement for that would be you need to have Xcode installed, and you need to have the Appium software, and then you need to have set up the one of the authorization for iOS simulator, and you'll be good to go. So here I have Appium pre-installed on my machine. The latest version I think is let's see, 1.2.2. So this is the latest version at the moment. So I already have it installed. Let's try to use the inspector to examine the test app that we're gonna write the automation for, and also is a way to make sure that you have Appium installed correctly on your machine. So first you need to download one of the test app, or if you have the app that you wrote yourself, you can also use that. I'm using the one that provided by the Appium team, so it's in their GitHub. You can clone the whole repo, or you can just go to Appium folder, asset folder, and then download one of these test app for your purpose. So I'm using this one, the 7.1 version. So after you have that, let's head back to the Appium app and select the Apple icon, and then click on it. Here you need to specify the app path. So I already done that. You can select any device you want. So they have quite a few. I'm using iPhone Retina 4-inch, and then the platform version you want to run. And so click on that icon again to close it, and you can click launch, which start the Appium server. And as soon as you have something on the screen, you can click this icon right here, the inspector icon. So it will open the Appium inspector for you to inspect the app elements that you know, the IDs or the name you can find in your test. So it will open the iOS simulator first, and a moment later it will open the inspector windows for us. Okay, so the app has loaded successfully on the simulator, and now the Appium inspector windows also appear. The purpose of this Appium inspector is that you can click on any of the elements on the page, basically, and it will tell you the name, the type, the label. So these are some of the properties that you can later use to find these elements in your automation. So now that we have this, we know that we have Appium set up correctly, and everything should be good for us to go from here. Let's head over to the IDE. So in this tutorial, I will use Java, the Java client from Appium. So let's create a project for this. I will use Maven to do my dependency resolver. Group ID would be something unique to yourself or your company, your organization. So I can do that, and then the artifact ID is basically the name of your app. So let's do this, and click next. In here would be your project location, so I will just do that, and you feel free to save it in the appropriate location that you want, and I click finish. Yeah, let's not do full screen. So the plugin asked me if I want to auto import. Yes, I do want that feature. And so if you haven't used Maven before, so here's the really quick and bare bone introduction to Maven. So Maven use or Maven read the pom.xml file, and it will try to download and resolve all the dependencies you want. So let's specify the dependency that we need for our application. First, we would need the Java client from Appium. So it's io.appium, and then the name is Java client, and then version would be 1.3.0, and another dependency that we'll need is testng. So let's create our test class. I will just name it Appium iOS demo. Let's go to the API reference. So a really quick overview of Appium. Appium is a framework that built based on Selenium. So if you worked with Selenium before, you will see that the setup is kind of similar to how you will set up your Selenium server. So let's create some variable. First, we will need the driver, and that would be the Appium driver from the Java client. And then let's have some before method to set up basically set up tests. So your before method will set up the Appium driver, and then later on you have after method to clean up your driver after testing. So let's name this tear down, and if driver is not no, then driver.quit. So here's are the capability that we would need for our app. So let's type those in. Desire capability, set capability, like that. And then we have a few more. So we have platform version would be 7.1. We have device name would be iPhone simulator, and then we have app. And so let's get the app path for our app. Let's go here. So this is my path. So what we do here is the app path, and so now we can do driver would be new Appium driver, and this is new URL. And then we need a try catch for that. So how do I know this port number? Is in the setting of Appium. So if you click on this one, you see that this is the port number. So since I've already used that, so that's the port number that the Appium server is currently running on. So I have that set up and teardown method. Let's write the first test. So let's name this simple test, and I need to import testng. So let's head back to the inspector. So the test will be very simple. I would enter some number in here and enter some number in here and click this button, compute sum, and I expect the sum to show up over here correctly. So we need to find out what is this, or how can we identify that text box. So you see, so here's the name. So I would just do find element by name. So I'll do driver dot find element by name, and name is integer a, and then send key. Basically, we'll type something in it. Send key. Let's do 17, and let's change this to the below the text box below. So this one is integer b, so that's why I have integer b, and send key 13. And after we type into these two fields, we're gonna click that button. So again, let's go in here. We need to find that one. We also used find element by name, and the name is compute sum button, and then we click that button. So when we click that, the result should show up over here, and so we will assert the result. So we will assert equals. So assert equal would take the actual value and the expected value. So the actual value would be driver. Let's do this. So let's actually find that out. So int answer would be driver find element by name, and we get text, and here I can do integer parse int, so parse the whole thing, and then I would expect answer to be equal to 30. And so let's start to import that is from testng. Okay, this looks good. Let's try to run this simple test and see if this will pass. So let's close this. And here's the simulator. What I do is run simple test. I'm not sure if I have to restart the server again, but we can easily restart it if we have to. So fail. A session could not be created, probably because I was using the inspector. So let's launch and rerun. So it will, every time I restart it, queue the simulator, and it will spawn the same one again. And hopefully this time it will execute a test correctly. So launching the app. Okay, everything good to go. and you see that so 17, very good. 13 on the second one. Sum is 30. Test pass. So this is a really simple tutorial that just show you how you can start writing app on iOS. Appium is an awesome tool to do this. I would recommend all of you to read their documentation if you have time. This is really powerful tool. So please leave a comment behind if you have any question. If you have trouble installing Appium on your machine, please let me know. I will make another videos to show you guys how to do it.